It's the start of a new week, and do you know what that means? Yes, more episodes of Tempting Not to Get Sacked. I don't know how long this series is going to last. A lot of you didn't think this would get past episode 5, and here we are on episode 6. Which is quite coincidental because that episode number is the same amount of points I've achieved in 18 games this season. 6 points. And I looked it up online because I wanted to compare myself to the worst Premier League team of all time, which was Derby County in 2007-08. Do you know how many points they had after 18 games? 7. So I'm even worse than them.
We don't know what the hell is going on right now.
In the last episode, we took on both Southampton and Crystal Palace, two teams who occupied the relegation zone with us, and we managed to bottle a 1-0 lead against Southampton to lose 4-1, and then secured a 0-0 draw away at Crystal Palace. Awful results, really. And I was going to go into this episode saying the form's just not picked up. Like, I don't know what to do. And then something amazing happened. I mean, that's a spoiler. Now, following that 0-0 draw away at Crystal Palace, I have played quite a few games off camera, and we started that run with a home game against Bournemouth, and after they took a 2-0 lead in at half-time, Callum Wilson scored in the second half to give Bournemouth all 3 points as they beat us by 3-0. We followed that up with an away trip against Arsenal, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang opened the scoring after 11 minutes as we ultimately fell to a 5-0 defeat. We took on Aston Villa at Villa Park, and Grealish's shot was parried by Farman, and Wesley tapped in a rebound and gave them all 3 points in a 1-0 defeat. Wolves at home next, and Oscar Burr scored at the far post in the 94th minute to give Wolves a 1-0 victory at Carroll Road. But we did manage to get a win as we beat Wycombe Wanderers of League One in the FA Cup by 2-0, with Todd Cantwell scoring at the far post. And we finally got another win in the Premier League as Emi Buendia managed to score the winner in the 39th minute to beat Brighton by 2-1. Lovely. We finally got a win in the Premier League. But we do take on Watford away from home next. We haven't won an away game all season. I'm fearing this. Now, there is a lot to get through, so I do have to go back a bit to before the Bournemouth game, which we lost 3-0. But a few of the players were unhappy with the poor dressing room atmosphere at the club. I mean, at this stage, we'd won 1 game in 18. I'm not surprised, really. And I don't know really who to blame. I don't know whether to blame myself, the players, or Michael Proctor. I think we should all blame Michael Proctor. He's an easy target. And with statements like those, he's going to be a victim. Emi Buendia has also turned out to be one of our key players this season, and I mean, he's worth like 30 million. I think I'm going to have to end up selling him in January. But he pulled his knee ligaments in the 3-0 defeat against Bournemouth, and in his absence, we didn't score a single goal, create a single chance, or have any hope in any of the games in his absence. I mean, I don't want to say we're a one-man team, but without Buendia in the side, I might as well just forfeit the match. Craig Bellamy also gave me some support in the media, because he said that I'm under pressure, but he thinks I'm the right man for the job. And talking of jobs, if he wants the assistant manager's job, it's his, because I really cannot be bothered with Michael Proctor anymore. After the 5-0 defeat against Arsenal, I was summoned to the boardroom to discuss the club confidence in me, and I somehow managed to keep my job, although I'm not sure how. And unfortunately, I forgot to screenshot the conversation, but it was basically me begging for my job, which I don't understand why I would do, because this job is actually making me age 5 times faster than I actually should be. I'm only 25 and I'm balding and my hair's going grey. And also, my managerial performance grade has gone down to a D. I mean, just give me that D. Oh wait, hold on. Michael was also in the media and said that he just wants to win a match. I mean, what do you think I'm trying to do here, Michael? It's not my fault that my team has less mobility than a lamppost. I also had a news article written about my deal to bring Steve Mounier to the club at the start of the season, and they're quoting it at 6.5 million. I mean, it was more like 7.5 million, and he's only scored 2 goals this season. So, essentially, it's been 3.75 million a goal. I mean, find me a striker with better value for money than that, and I'll find you a cheater. For the first ever time in this game, I managed to get a no Brexit outcome. I mean, if only that happened in real life. Anyway, I'm not going to get political in this series because that's not this series. This series is all about football. And also, another first in this game was that I had a monthly manager performance review, and I had to go to the boardroom again to talk about dropping Todd Cantwell. And after talking to Delia, she was on my side and said she was maybe too harsh on Todd Cantwell. I mean, I'll let you in behind the curtain here. The only reason I can't drop Todd Cantwell is because there's literally no other player to replace him. Everyone else is bloody injured. I also picked up our clash against Wycombe in the FA Cup by saying that I was hoping for an entertaining match. I mean, it's as entertaining as mowing the lawn. Like, who wants to watch Norwich versus Wycombe? I mean, do you think there's a way of me just not being able to attend? And then after we secured the win against Wycombe, Gareth Ainsworth said that he thinks that we think we are better than we actually are. Mate, we've won 1 game all season. Do you really think we are good? I mean, this is a tongue twister in itself. The team stats has also shown me this season that we had the second highest percentage average of possession in a match. I mean, Chelsea are top and they're top of the league, and we're second and we're 20th, so It shows you the level of quality in this league.
I love what I'm seeing. I love what's going on right now.
And now we move into our game against Watford away from home, and I've brought back the 4-2-3-1 formation because we've had quite a bit of success with it recently. I mean, we got a win against Brighton, so I might as well stick with the same formation. Ralph Farman starts off in goal. Tim Krul is on the bench again. I think we're going to sell Tim Krul. I don't see any need for him anymore. The back four is the strongest it can be, with Christopher Zimmerman and Ben Godfrey back at centre-back, and Jamal Lewis and Max Aarons playing at full-back again. The midfield two sees Lucas Rupp partnering Morris Leitner, who's made a return to the side. The three in front of them sees Andres Duda playing again in the number 10 role, with Emi Buendia and Todd Campbell once again on the wings. And up front is Teemu Pukki. He's not scored yet this season. I have faith he's going to score sometime soon. I'm not really going to lie to you, the viewers. I'm not sure why I've picked this game. We've not won on a single away game this season, and I'm playing Watford, who beat us earlier this year as well. What was the point in this? But anyway, my pre-match team talk was simple. We owe Watford for what they did to us last game. Go out there and put a performance that I'm going to be proud of. And straight away, 5 seconds into the game, I realised I was playing on the wrong camera angle. So that's a good start already. It was 8 minutes into the game and the first highlight went to us as we were knocking the ball around really nicely. And, you know, the confidence we have on the ball now is astounding for a team that's bottom of the league. It's really astonishing. But Ben Godfrey did play the ball out wide for Emi Buendia, who managed to run into the box but fired it wide. And then a couple of minutes later, Holibas played the ball over the top of our defence for Troy Deeney to run onto, but he forced a good save from Ralph Farman. And from the resulting corner from Deulofeu, he found Etienne Capoue, who headed it into the back of the net. Well, that's another defeat on the road for us. Lovely. Surprisingly, there wasn't many highlights in this game, but Duda's free kick on the stroke of half-time found Ben Godfrey at the back post, who headed it to Morris Leitner to score his first goal of the season to give us a much-deserved equaliser at the break. 1-1 at half-time. Sensational scenes. I mean, there's not really much more to add other than that. Into the second half we went, and a few minutes into the second half, we were knocking the ball around really nicely again, and Todd Campbell laid it off to Teemu Pukki, who fired it wide. And then only a minute later, Emi Buendia played in Teemu Pukki again, who forced a good save from Ben Foster. He's not scored yet this season. It's really disappointing. I mean, it's not really a surprise when he's been out for 5 months and I'm forcing him into the team when he's probably not even match fit yet. It was all lost in the second half, and then Max Aarons found some space on the right hand side and laid it off for Duda, who forced another good save from Ben Foster. I decided to make a bold tactical switch, so I sent on Steve Mounier and Adam Idah for Teemu Pukki and Duda to make a 4-2-2-2 formation. And as we approached the end of the game, we did have a fantastic chance as Morris Leitner got some space on the right hand side, fired across into Christopher Zimmerman, who laid it off for Ben Godfrey on the edge of the box to fire it in from 25 yards out to give us a 2-1 lead with only 5 minutes of the game left. I mean, we're winning away. How shit must they be? In order to secure our first away win of the season, I took off Steve Mounier, who had only just come on 20 minutes earlier, and brought on Alexander Tettey to play in defensive midfield. I mean, sorry, Steve. And in the 95th minute, Deulofeu's free kick found Craig Dawson at the back post, but he forced a fantastic save by Ralph Farman. And from the resulting corner, Watford tried to force in a much undeserved equaliser, should I say myself, but we managed to hold firm, and we repelled every attack that Watford threw at us, and we managed to hold on to a famous victory away at Vicarage Road. I mean, I don't know why I've called it famous. I mean, Watford aren't even a big team. But our first away win of the season, following our second win of the season against Brighton, I mean, I think we could stay up now. I mean, I've definitely jinxed it now, haven't I? I guarantee I would have put my head through the desk by next episode.